Hello everybody, it's Asia Marquet here, Lemon Creation. Welcome. Today I have a bit of romance happening on my page, a little bit of work on the craft paper, and I will tell you about the products which turn out to be a real disappointment. So let me start a little bit on the bad note, and I'm gonna be complaining today about the sprays I'm using right now. And unfortunately, I'm talking about Dylusions. I don't know, I bought them a few years ago. Maybe they changed. I hope they changed, but their nozzles are just a disaster, I have to say. From the very beginning, they weren't working properly, and I haven't used them quite often because I was working with Lindy's. Now I'm coming back to them a little bit more, but they are still a big disappointment, even to the point that actually they got even worse. Before the nozzles didn't spray already, and now they are just leaking all over, and I got so upset while making this page because all of my fingernails and fingers just were covered in a spray just because I pressed slightly on the nozzle. So officially, even though the colors are really beautiful, to me they are really very bad sprays. If you have different opinion about them, and if you think that maybe they changed lately, please let me know. I will leave you a list of them, the ones I used, in the description box below. But honestly, for me it's a really disappointing process. Even though the page after drying looks really beautiful. As I said, the colors are so sweet. They are not shiny, which I really love. But to have such a problem while creating a page, this is really a big no-no for me. So I've noticed that we are all in the spirit of Valentine's. Once again, for those who know me, you know that I'm not too keen on these holidays, which I find very commercial, and which is not fair for people who are actually at this particular day have nobody. So, but I kind of go with the flow, and love is always important. So if it's before the St. Valentine's, I can just roll with that, and I decided to make just a kind of romantic page. It's maybe not even romantic; it's just full of hearts. So it's very weird also for me today, the way I started it. I started from focal points, which usually doesn't happen. I usually do the background and then I'm looking for 30 minutes for a focal points to fit the background. Today I knew I had this idea in my head before I actually even started. It's probably an idea which was already done on internet, and I think at some point I did something quite similar also, but I find it very nice. And I decided to just make some hearts, and I could have stamped them, but I really like drawing hearts. It's an easy shape, and I like to do them in a little funky way, like, you know, not all perfect. So I drew them with the Uni Pin fine liner, and I am darkening the edges with the Archival ink. Look at the difference. It looks much better with the dark edges. I'm sorry, my camera was acting up today. I had really bad time between the sprays, which didn't work, and the camera, which wasn't working, like here, for example. It was really hard to work today. And I'm actually doing this video, doing the editing, and posting it in the same day. So it's a very new video, and very fresh for once. And so I cut them, as you've seen. I darkened the edges, and I am adding a little bit of spots. So I was firstly going for the stencil dotted, but I thought that I don't like the regularity of the dots. They are kind of made in a way, like in lines rather than in a way. I prefer this one, so I went with the mark making dots, which is maybe better even because of the name, like, you know, mark making it. The dots looks much nicer also, because the other stencil was kind of the dots are not really dots. It's kind of like a squares or ovals. And I'm using this Artistro white pen. It's really nice, even though you have to shake it which I don't like, but it's really, really nice. And if you can see, I made the dots on 2 hearts on the left hand side and on this one on the right hand side to make it a little bit different. And those are the 3 hearts I decided to use for this project. Because of the colors, I kind of like them the most. They had some spots of white, and because of the size also. And as you saw on the photos at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna be working on the craft paper because it's been a long time since I work on the craft paper. And on top of that, the very, very bright colors, they are really nice, looking really nice on the craft paper or on the black paper, but I wanted to add some black background for the colors to pop up a little bit more. So that's why the craft paper. Also little black dress. This is fresco chalk acrylic from PaperArtsy. Super, super nice acrylics, which I really love because they don't have this glossy finish, which I like. And I'm using my old card for like a, a customer card, I don't know, from a shop, from a sports shop, and I'm just adding lines, which are of course not perfect, but as you've seen my hearts, when I drew the lines, the shape of the hearts, I drew few lines because I find it much nicer. It's my way of doing things, a little bit of grunge, and so that is also a nice addition, like maybe not addition but connection with the lines on the hearts which are not perfect, and here we have the lines which are not perfect as well. And not all of us have stamps with lines, so it's nice also to know this small trick, which basically a lot of us know already, but I believe there are some which maybe don't know about that, and it's so nice to make it, to make the lines this way. And I'm adding a little bit of my stamp because they were numbers, and if you know me, you know the numbers and the words. This is something I am always gonna be putting on my pages, I think. So a little bit of numbers, and then I'm gonna add, what am I gonna add? I already forgot. I think the next step was the wavy line, which you should see right about now. Yes, that's the one from the Spinal set. So I use this line, which is the tiniest one, well, the tiniest, the thinnest one. But with this stamp, it's so cool because you actually kind of can shape it to your liking. So you can squeeze it a little bit, and squeeze it. I'm not sure if it's a good way, but push one side to the left, the other more to the right, and like that you got a line which is a little bit more twisted. Don't know if twisted is a good word also. I have no idea. And then I'm gonna be adding a little bit of this stamp with the dots in the middle, circles in the middle. I really love this set, and I try to work with it as much as possible. I actually made it, like all my designs anyway, but I really loved drawing that, and I had maybe not a little bit similar stamp which I released with indigo blue some time ago. It was not exactly the same, but I so much love the dots like that and the lines and kind of like broken shapes. So yes, this one is definitely one of my favorite stamps. But then again, I wanted to also add a little bit of script, a tiny script, which is so cool on this stamp from PaperArtsy. PaperArtsy have a range of really beautiful stamps, and the grungy one from set up there, they are just wow to die for. And this one gave me a little bit of this script. I wanted, as I mentioned before, a little bit of writing, a little bit of numbers. And I am not using acrylic block because I wanted to have a little bit of grungy feel, and I don't want it to have the exact shape of the stamp, the whole stamp stamped on the page. You can of course do some masking if you want, but I quite often do this thing with the finger, do this kind of stamping with the finger, just with my fingers. And then I'm coming back to my dotted stencil and the same acrylic marker and adding a little bit white dots on the background, because I didn't wanted to add any more colors, because the hearts are so colorful, but the dots will add a little bit of nice touch, and again coherence with the hearts and the dots on the hearts, even though they are from two different stencils, but still. I'm talking a lot today. I know some of you are writing in the comments, oh, so cool, you didn't talk, there was just a nice music, while the other are writing like, oh, I like when you talk. Or the others are writing, I didn't understand the words you said. But it's been a while, I think, since I spoke last time, so I decided for this time, or for this video, I'm gonna talk. As I said, I cannot please all the world I would like, but it's impossible. And this been a long time since I haven't used my sewing machine for the art journaling or ATC cards or whatever. I used it last time to make some art journals for my shop, but I really actually love the sewing touches on my projects. I really do love, and look at that, guys. I even managed to make a straight line, which is cool. I'm not very good at sewing, and I love the fact that there is these ends of the lines which are hanging. Of course, the back of the page will pay for it, because there is gonna be the thread, but I don't mind, maybe I'll make something with it. And I'm using my sentiment from really silly words, yes. Having a little bit of problem where to put it. I kind of usually put them on the bottom, but I like it that way. And this is the very nice pen. It's actually not very black, at least not on this paper. It doesn't look black on this paper, because otherwise it's really black. And it's a pen which Marta Łapkowska uses for everything almost. And she told me that it's so nice. It actually is quite nice. It's not totally waterproof though. But for this page, I decided to just add some small accents, some small grungy lines with this pen, and just leave it like that. A little bit of dots. I chose the Uni Pin because I was thinking it's gonna be a little bit darker. Not really. Actually, I think on this page the dark is losing a little bit of its darkness. I'm not sure. Let's finish, or let's leave it at that. The page is finished, and I absolutely love it. The contrast of the colors is beautiful. Such a pity for Dylusions, but well, it is what it is. And I thank you so much for watching, for being here with me, for always supporting me, for all of your comments. And thank you so much for subscribing, hitting the notification bell button, and of course visiting my shop. I'm sending you big hugs, and see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.